Okay, guys, I look terrible. The last couple days, I have not got very much sleep, so I am so tired. I'm gonna do a vlog. Um, I started reading this, Detached by Beth J. Whiting. I was sent this book, and it was when I kind of first started doing reviews. And I didn't ask any questions. I was like, sure, yeah, send me a book. I'll read it and review it. And so this is definitely not probably something I would have just picked up. It's very interesting. Like, it's got lots of shorter stories, fantasy. The one I'm on right now is this girl that plays with unicorns. So it's like different, and I would say it probably needs an editor, like the way she writes it out and stuff. But I feel like there's something that's gonna happen, and I'm like waiting for it because I feel like she's gonna throw something in there. Like, I don't know, I just have this feeling that it's gonna have like each one's gonna have like a cute ending. I haven't finished the first ending one yet. So far, I'm just like intrigued. Like, where is this going? Like, and sometimes stuff like that, you're like, I'm done. But I'm like hanging on. Like, where's this going? What's gonna happen here? She plays with unicorns, and this cool guy from school has started playing unicorns with her. Like, I'm just like, where's this going? So this is interesting and not something I probably would have picked up on my own, but I love the cover. I mean, look at that. Look at the artwork. How adorable is that? Super cute. I was sent that book. And my alarm's going off. I've got to get my kids. But I am listening to Echo in Time by C.J. Hill, Jeanette Rawlson. And I just finished Erasing Time recently, and I really enjoyed that book. I think it's a YA. But it's time travel fantasy. These twin girls get taken from the past to the future. One's brilliant. She's like skipped ahead. She's in college. The other one's still in high school. And they're thrown into the future. And so there's like funny things just about like what the writer thinks the future will be like, which is just silly and funny, some of the stuff. Some of it really got me thinking, like, oh, like our language being different and like being more a mixture of lots of different languages, which I'm like, oh yeah, that's really cool. I mean, set here in the US. And just really interesting things. I really enjoyed the first book, and I'm starting book number 2, where they are going back into the city. So I'm really enjoying it. And then I just got on my library app. So that's a free YouTube audiobook that I'm listening to. And then I just downloaded The Mark of the Thief by Jennifer A. Nielsen for my library audiobook. So when I'm around the house, I'll listen to the free YouTube book because it's like up playing on my phone or whatever. And then when I'm in the car, I listen to the audiobook that I get from the library that I can download to my phone. And when I'm just have a time to read a paperback, I love pulling out paperback books. And then when I'm like at appointments, I pull out my ebook, and my ebook is Covert Kisses. Okay, do you guys do that too? Am I the only one? Like, at first it was always just paperback, take it with me wherever I go. And now I'm like, there's like certain things that I like, certain formats, certain forms of books with. And it's so weird, but I always have 4 books going at once: YouTube, audiobook, paperback, and an ebook, like always. One sometimes will take me longer than others. Obviously, the audiobook and YouTube audiobooks they go a lot faster. But yeah, so that's my book vlog for today. That's where I'm at in those books. I haven't quite started The Mark of the Thief yet. Oh, I think I just started it and heard the first line and then wrote down the first line. And that was kind of, I like where it's starting. Covert Kisses, I started it and have kind of stopped. I've read it in the past. I was just rereading it. I remember I really liked it. So yeah, hopefully I can get back. Hopefully I'll have some more appointments so I can read my ebooks. Hey, just checking in today, the next day. I started The Mark of the Thief by Jennifer A. Nielsen, the audiobook that I had just got. It's so fun. Like, it starts out in such a cool way. He's like a slave and he's like in a mine. He won't escape without his sister. They're orphans. At least that's what I believe. He's an orphan. And and something happens and he ends up trying to escape because they've been sending guys down into this area that they're dying and he's going to be sent next. So he tries to escape and gets caught, overhears something that could put his life in jeopardy, and they send him down there anyway. And what he encounters is fun. So yeah, I'm totally intrigued, and I feel bad because all the other books I'm trying to read, I'm like putting aside because I want to listen to it because it's so fun. And I just found out one of the library books that I had requested for a while, like a week or so ago, is ready. So now it sounds like I'm gonna have two paperback books going, but I have to get this one read. It's big, a lot bigger than my other paperback, but I've got to get it read because I'm wearing a costume to a writing conference that has to do with one of the characters in the books. I'm like, I gotta read the book so I know what the character is like. I'm sure that happens to you all the time, right? Drop a comment if you've had to do that. So this is my life. I wait in my car a lot for my kids. Just was at 2 different schools, now at the 3rd school. I just grabbed the Six of Crows paperback book from the library to read that because, like I said, I'm gonna be wearing a costume. If you know Six of Crows, I'm gonna be Nina for the ANWA conference gala party thing. So I wanted to read about it because I want to play the role properly. So I'm reading that. I don't know anything about it. So if you love that book, drop a comment, let me know. I forgot it though. So I'm just listening to an audiobook, The Mark of the Thief by Jennifer A. Nielsen. It's really getting good. I'm really enjoying it. He's escaped. He's not escaped. He's captured again. All these questions of what this thing is that he's found and what it's doing to him. Very interesting. And I love that there's a griffin in it and that seems like he's kind of bonded with it. And so it's kind of cool. I'm really enjoying it. I love her fight scenes and how, like, I feel like I can just picture everything she's describing as it's happening. And maybe it's because I'm writing a book, a suspense novel, that I'm like, really love that she can accomplish that. Whereas when I'm writing those scenes, I'm like, do you know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm trying to get at? She does a really good job at that. So yeah, listening to the audiobook while I'm waiting for my son. And yeah, I wish I would have brought the Six of Crows. I heard it's a Netflix movie, TV show, Shadow and Bones maybe. So if you've seen that, let me know. Drop some comments about who Nina is. What kind of person is she? Because if she's a terrible person, maybe I don't want to be in character. Just a quick check-in. I got my hair done and listened to an audiobook the whole way there and the whole way back, and it was out of town. It was like 45-minute drive because it's my good friend that I love so much, and so I gotta see her. And listen to an audiobook. I'm listening to The Hawthorne Legacy. I believe that's the one. It's number book 2 in the series. I'm enjoying it. There's some mild cursing, and I don't think that they've talked anything about like sexual orientation like they did in the first book. It's just like implied from the first book, I think. But yeah, I feel like it's a bit cleaner in that aspect. But yeah, they do curse mildly in it. But I love all the puzzles and trying to figure out who the dads are of these boys, and trying to figure out the puzzle to this girl and why she got all this money in this will. So enjoying that, but that's how my reading is going, is I'm just squeezing in audiobooks as I'm driving or doing chores right now because I've been so busy. I'm sure you can relate. I did start one the other day. It was called Everybody in My Family's Killed Someone. I really love the voice in it. It has cursing. I think after the second F word, I was just like, done. But if you're fine with cursing, I recommend the book. It said from the beginning that they don't have any sexual content in it. It did have some little sexual, maybe innuendo, a couple of those, but there's no sex scenes in it. And so it's clean in that respect. Maybe I already mentioned this book, but I am still thinking about it because I thought it was so well written and the voice in it is so good, so funny. Maybe it's because I'm trying to write my own book that I'm just like, I love that it's like a writer that's like, hey, I'm a reliable narrator, you know, like just calling stuff out that people, you know, like, I don't know, if you're a writer, like I just really enjoyed the author in the main character. So I thought that was really good. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and then trying to figure out someone died who killed that person, and like it, I just really thought it was good, but I just couldn't handle the cursing, and it just kept escalating a little bit. But so I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm done with that. But it was well written, if you don't mind that. So, but yeah, so I stopped listening to that one, not reading it. I was listening to it. And I'm beta reading a book for an author friend. So good. It's clean, no cursing, no sex scenes, but it does get a little bit the kissing passionately. It was really cute, really great story, super cute. But yeah, so I just did that over the weekend. So just my check-in. Same day, different time. Got home, put away the groceries, put some food in the crock pot, and now I'm sitting in the car waiting for my kids to get out of school and reading Six of Crows. So I started this just because I think I told you about this, but I'm going to be Nina for a gala, the writing conference. I'm halfway through the book, and it's very interesting. There's a lot of sexual references. I think they're mild enough that some people wouldn't. I mean, there's a place called a pleasure house and stuff like that. So it's like, ugh. Not really my cup of tea, but it's not overly graphic. And they are not overly graphic with speaking about the people that live there or anything else. I didn't feel like it was overly graphic. They do curse quite a bit, but it's all like mild cursing. So it's not like, I don't think I've seen the F word at all. But it's just like interesting. I was just trying to get to the parts about Nina so I could know what kind of character she is. But it's like, yeah, these like troublemakers, thieves, outcasts are banding together to do this one big heist. And all their backstories are super like interesting, intriguing, and then how they mesh and blend together is interesting. I keep thinking, okay, I've read enough about Nina. I think I know who she is, and I think I could figure out my costume for her and everything. But then I keep picking it back up because I'm like, well, I kind of want to know what's going to happen next. So, and not really a book that I would probably normally read, but I find it interesting. I don't like cursing, so I usually will put it down if there's too much cursing. But yeah, this is like, it's kind of dark. There's a lot going on. It's a fantasy, a lot of things that I'm like, what's that about? But yeah, I'm like really loving some of these characters, even though they're considered bad or dark or whatever. Like, they're wounded, and I just want to know what makes them tick. So anyway, interesting read. Definitely interesting read. If you read it before, drop a comment. Tell me what the ending's like, because I keep telling myself I'm not going to finish it, but I just keep picking it back up. And of course, the next chapter I read, school's almost done. The next chapter I read, they're frozen, lost in like a storm, and they make their way to this hut. and have to undress and warm each other. Okay, there is some stuff. It's not graphic, but I'm just like, no, no thanks. Now it's 6 a.m. up, running to the next town over to pick up some peaches, big box of peaches, and listening to an audiobook all the way there. Lovely morning. Okay, check-in time. Oh my gosh, today's been crazy. I was at urgent care with a kid. It's broken leg. Not supposed to put any weight on it. I'm tired, exhausted, but I got a lot of reading done. Over the weekend, I was really busy with games, sports, everything, and I don't like to read while the kids are, like, actually playing. I like to watch them. So I didn't get a ton of reading done, but today I did. Lots of waiting and driving. So I played audiobooks, and I played, and then I read my ebook, which I just finished my last one. So this one is Covert Kisses by Jeanette Ralston. So I've started that one. And my audiobook is Hawthorne Legacy. I'm almost done with it. And it's getting really good, really interesting. There is mild cursing, and there are like a couple makeout scenes, a couple kissing that doesn't get too intense by heterosexual and homosexual couples. They're kind of brief, and there is mild cursing. So, but the puzzle, I enjoy the puzzle. So it's getting good with the mystery. And of course, Covert Kisses started out really with a bang. She's about to get mugged and possibly kidnapped, and this gangster saves her, and I'm just dying to know how it's all going to go down. So yeah, some good reading, but I'm exhausted. I look exhausted. I feel exhausted. I hope you had some good reading today.
Subscribe now.